Halfway through September, and it feels like September today. Can you tell I mowed the lawn? If yesterday was all about water, today is all about wind. Let's see if I can get out of the wind so you can hear me. How's this? There's a tugboat going with the wind, and there's an incoming ship, so the tugboat's gonna come and get the ship. Did you hear what happened at the Four River Bridge yesterday afternoon? It got stuck up. You can't quite see the Four River Bridge from here. It's just around the corner over there. And traffic was just a nightmare all the way from Quincy to Braintree. People scrambling on how to get around Route 3A. I don't know the whole story on why the bridge got stuck up, but I saw the traffic there. It's Pearl Street around 5 o'clock. Those are my tomatoes at 7:30 o'clock this morning. And oh yeah, about the water yesterday and the purple rain. What happened here? Why was my rain purple the other day? Well, I figured it out. I believe that the birds are eating the pokeberries. You see any coincidence here? So the birds are eating the pokeberries, and then maybe they're doing their business in my rain gauge. You know what I'm saying? Anyhow, we're rain free here for several days, maybe Sunday or so. Let's get down here and hide from the wind some more and talk about it. So it was a fickle breeze yesterday, and it was pulsing, and it pulsed up to 93 miles per hour on Mount Washington yesterday morning, where this morning it's gusting to 78 miles per hour, and the temperature's 28 degrees. Come on, wind. I can't hide from it. I have to try and relocate. So it's freezing up on Mount Washington. Now, I got up, I was woken by the wind this morning at about 4 o'clock. That was a cold air front going by, and it was totally overcast. And now it's totally clear. The clouds just broke. Planes incoming to Logan Airport. Probably a little bumpy. Can you hear me now? Very good. Okay, I think I'll sit right here then. Oh, hello, birds. So today the wind is from the northwest. High pressure is coming in. There's a colder front moving offshore. It's going to stay gusty most of the day. And then as the high pressure comes in, third Friday in a row, high pressure cresting over us. Now the high looks a little bit more organized this morning than in the forecast than it did yesterday. So maybe we're going to have mostly clear skies the next couple of days. There's the temperature forecast. Boston close to 70 today, in the 70s tomorrow. Saturday not in the 70s because the wind's going to come in from the northeast with the high pressure right over us. Here is a forecast for the Great Chase Race. It's Saturday right out there where that boat is, and it's sponsored by the Hull Yacht Club. The high pressure is centered right over the Maine and New Hampshire seacoast where the air is nearly calm. Here on the south shore, south of Boston, the wind looks like it's going to come in from the northeast at 5 to 10, then east. So local knowledge in the Great Chase Race as the sailing season begins to wind down and the big tournaments. I guess this is a qualifier for the Massachusetts Bay Pursuit Race. So I'll be trying to help out my sailor friends with that forecast. What else? Tropics, wind. So Mount Washington's gusting to 90. Tropical storm Fiona has winds of 50. It's totally sheared like a sheep with the circulation at the surface totally exposed to the west of the convection. So it's having a tough time getting its act together. Here's the forecast. Goes near Puerto Rico on Saturday or so, and then it kind of mills around, not really strengthening too much. And then by, it looks like, Saturday is, so it's going across Hispaniola over the next couple days. And then Saturday is still well south in the Bahamas. And then let's go to next Thursday. The storm is still east of the United States, and look at that front plowing into New England. That is Fiona repellent, and for the fourth Friday in a row we're gonna have new fresh cold air coming at us next Friday into Saturday, and that one looks like a hard freeze for northern New England, where this one coming up over the next 2 days looks more like a light frost for northern New England. Mount Washington, if it wasn't so dry, Mount Washington could snow today. I guess it rained 1.2 yesterday, so it's kind of icy up there this morning. But I think the precip is done. And maybe next week, Mount Washington actually gets coated in snow next Thursday, Friday, if that Euro forecast is right. Yeah, I did check that GFS yesterday. That was kind of crazy. I had the hurricane hitting us next Saturday or so, and it didn't make any sense, and still doesn't. So going with the Euro, and most of the guidance takes Fiona well out to sea, and then maybe Gaston is off of Africa next week, so we're not done with the tropics. I'll leave you with the pulsing wind yesterday. I did not get the forecast right of gusts close to 30. It was gusting 20 to 25, but then there was a lull right during the sailboat race. But nonetheless, our aquatic athlete, Rand, from Regatta, was showing his skills like no one else. First he was boarding, and then he was foiling. You're the best, Rand. Oh yeah, that ship was leaving, not coming, so hopefully the Four River Bridge went up and came back down. It almost feels a little sticky as the second cold front in 18 hours comes across. And the real chilly air is behind this one. And there may be a frost in parts of New England. Yeah, the guidance had the wind slacking a little bit about this time. Kind of between fronts a little bit. It's gonna pick back up again around sunset and then overnight. We've got the live audience watching the show. Sharps. He's out there now. He knows he's got an audience. Rand's got an audience, so he's gonna put on a show for us. Buzzing the tower. Buzzing the Parker. He gives the crowd a wave. Crowd appreciates it. Crowd needs to cut down a tree or two. Focus on the kite. Where's the kite? All right. Thanks for giving content to Out the Door, Weather, and More with T-Rex and TK. Thank you, Rand. Ha! Now you're talking. Where'd that wind come from? Taping for 10 minutes. I think. Ah! Yes, sir. Inverted.